We are welcome. I am so excited to share this tutorial with you. This look turned out absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you step by step how to achieve it. So get your hearts ready. Okay, first step is eye primer. This is great at really allowing those pigments to pop, prevent them from creasing, holding them in place all day long. What I like to do, you can see I just started actually straightening my hair. I'm getting ready to. I like to kind of put on that eye primer and face primer before I get into doing my hair. I'll do my hair, and then I'll come back and I'll do the rest of my makeup. And because I get really sweaty when I do my hair because of the straightener. So I just like to put those primers on first before I go in and I do my makeup and straighten my hair first, I guess I should say. Primers, ideally you want to let them set for about 5 minutes before you go in and put any product on top of them. It just gives a chance for that product to dry, to work its magic. This is the Touch Glorious Face Primer. And just to remember, any of these additional products that I'm sharing with you, now that you have the beauty box, you get 20% back on all of your orders. So for example, the Touch Glorious Face Primer is part of the March special. So not only do you get the March special price, but then you get 20% back on that whenever you order that particular special. So it's a great way to save money on makeup and skincare in the long run, especially if you have a lot of unique products that you really like. Also, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick my 4D mascara down my shirt to warm it up. That just helps it glide on a little. My hair is straightened. Now that I'm ready to go, my eye primer is nice and dry, ready to apply those pigments. Let me tell you a little bit about some of the details around my studio setup. So if you watch my videos, you know I like to keep a clean towel in my lap. This is just good for trying to wipe your brushes off in between applications. You also probably want to check out the brush cleaner. This is great at cleaning your brushes in between washes and does such a good job of taking off the pigment. So that way, whatever eye look you're trying to create, you have clean brushes to do it. Now, you know me, if you've watched my videos, I love to kind of play Russian roulette, and whatever is on my brush, I just go with it. But I'm trying to create something amazing here for you, so I am gonna take a second and go through and clean those brushes in between. The other thing is I keep a handheld mirror with me, as well as there's a mirror behind my camera. So this is helpful. So that way, when I'm trying to look up close and look at the detail of the application, I can use the mirror that's in the compact. I can use my handheld mirror, but then also, what does that look like to everybody else? The mirror behind me, you know, is about 1.5 feet away from me. That's a great way as well to kind of see what this would look like further back, like normal, you know what I mean? So, okay, now that we have these brushes all cleared, let's get into this look. One of my favorite brushes, you all know, the fluffy crease brush. This is like a marry between the crease brush and the blending brush. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this muted yellow, Upbeat, and I'm gonna put that on to my fluffy crease brush. This is going to serve as my transition color. All right, so I'm going to just take this all the way in and all the way out in the crease. And one thing that you can do is you can kind of, again, sit back, look at what that pigment looks like with your eye open. Because when you're up close and your eyes closed, it's not a maybe. It will look different than when your eye is open and you're looking at your eye from a distance. So again, that's why I like to kind of have some options. Step back, use the handheld mirror, but then also, what does that look like further out? And I always tap off the excess, work that product in, and then if I need more, if I want more, then I can go back in, get a little bit more product on that brush, and put that in the crease. Now, one thing that I like to do is I like to kind of mainly use the point of the brush to start with the first go around. And then for my second stab at that color, so again, I'm using that Upbeat, that darker yellow color, I take the side of the brush and kind of use that to get higher up on my eye, because I have a lot of real estate there, you all. Every eye is different though, right? So just kind of play around with it, see what works best for you. But you can see now I'm kind of adding some depth, mainly in the outer corner of the eye, and bringing that color up a little bit more to make sure that I'm covering all of that real estate. And again, sitting back, kind of looking at it to say, okay, do those two do my eyes look even? Taking that blending brush, blending out any harsh lines that there may be along the edge there. And it was funny because when I started to think about what kind of looks I was going to create, at first I was like, well, maybe I'll create something simple. But I realized I create simple looks all day, every day, you know, on my page, right? You want to see something that's a little bit more advanced. I'm going to now go in with Wondrous, this yellow color. I'm going to take that in the inner corner, really pack that pigment on to the inner part of the eye. So the Wondrous is a little bit brighter, right? So you can see that brightness. Taking that pigment, and because I put on that eye primer, it's really popping. And again, you can always go back in, apply more after you do the first little bit. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that deluxe brush again. I'm going to go into Revived, that orange color. I'm going to focus that right where that yellow left off, maybe kind of more towards the center of the eye. And again, that upbeat, that goldenrod kind of deeper color shows me where I need to kind of stop with the pigment. I can maybe take it up just a hair, but I'm pressing it mainly in the center of my eye, like that, okay? So let's go in on the other side, deluxe brush, pressing that pigment into the center of the eye, bringing it up a hair, just like that. I am going to take that blending brush. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush and I'm going to kind of just lightly blend that out up there because I don't want to have any harsh lines. See how much smoother that looks compared? Just lightly blending along the top there. It's very soothing and relaxing. All right, so I'm gonna wipe off that deluxe brush. I'm gonna just take a little bit of that Wondrous, pack it onto the side of the brush. I'm gonna very, very lightly go over just that line. Again, see how I smoothed that out, made that transition. So this is where I smoothed it. Just pulling the pigment out. Don't pull it in because that will muddy it versus here. All right. Wondrous on the deluxe brush, lightly pulling the pigment out to blend that line. Okay. Then let's take that deluxe brush again into that Profound, that dark red color. Okay. Taking that, packing that into the outer corner, bringing it up a little bit onto the brow bone to put it in the crease. So same concept. Okay. See that? Adding that darkness into the outer corner. Let's go in on the other side. Outer corner, press, press, press. Bring it up. Okay. Taking the fluffy crease brush, blending it out at the brow bone. You don't want to pull it too far down because what can happen with that is you can drag your eye down. So we don't want to drag our eye down, but we just want to kind of blend it out so we don't have any harsh lines there. That looks really pretty. Okay, and then again, wipe off that deluxe brush, go into that revived, take it and smooth out. Do you see that? Smooth out the line that you have there. Man, this is so pretty. I'm like loving this, you all. Going back in a little bit of the Wondrous to make sure if I touched anything that's cleaned up. All right, so I'm going to pause for a minute and I'm going to do my face makeup so then I can do the lower lash line and my mascara. But look at that, isn't that so pretty? I love it. Okay, now that I have my foundation on and my lip butter and Casual Friday, if you don't have this one, you all, you need it. Love it. So good. All right, so let's smoke out the lower eyes. Again, if you watch my videos, you know this is one of my favorite things to do. I feel like it just brings the eye look all together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Wondrous, that yellow that I put in the inner corner, put that on my crease brush. I'm going to take this all along the lower lash line. This is also a great way, you all, at masking some of those fine lines that you might have along your lower lash line. All right, I'm going to go in now on the other side. Again, just taking that yellow along the lower lash line. You don't want to drag that product too far down because it can drag the eye down. Nobody wants that. Now I'm going to go in with that revived, that orange. I'm going to focus that again just kind of along the middle. I'm not going to take it all the way in. Just in the middle there. And then I'm going to go in with Profound, and I'm going to put that in the outer corner. So kind of mimicking what I have along the top, I'm now doing along the bottom. Just right there in the outer corner. Now, one thing, you all know me, I really like to brighten up the inner corner of the eye. So I'm going to just take a little bit of that Invincible. I'm actually going to use my eyeliner brush because it's a smaller brush. Just put a little bit of that pigment, pop just a little bit of that, just a teeny tiny bit in the inner corner of the eye to help brighten that up. Love it. That little touch, you all, makes the biggest difference in really helping to brighten up the eye. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my liquid liner in black. I recommend storing your eyeliner upside down. This makes sure that you kind of keep that brush wet so that way when you go to line your eyes, it has product on it. And I like to just kind of stamp this along the lower lash line. Again, you all know I'm not good at drawing lines. I'm left-handed. But this really helps frame the eye and bring the attention to the eye. See the difference that it made there? It's very subtle, especially with this beautiful eye look, but it makes the biggest difference. It's all about the details, you all. So again, just taking it, stamping it along the lower lash line, and then you can always go in and fill in where you need to. Put that lid on. The other thing you all know I like to do, take my white liner, where the heck are my eyeliners? You all, I'm a mess. They're on a little shelf right behind me. Take my white liner, put that down in the lower waterline. I haven't had them in the drawer since Christmas. For Christmas, I got this eyeliner and lip liner holder. I love it. So then I can just easily see everything when I know where to look. All right, and now I'm going to take my 40 One-Step Fiber Mascara that I stuck down my shirt earlier and apply that. So it's nice and warm. Pull it out of the tube slowly. That's gonna make sure that the product stays on the wand nice and even, doesn't get clumpy. And then just swipe it on, roll it on, get those fibers in place. One of the things I love about the beauty box is that it gives you the different types of mascara. I will be the first person to tell you, I'm constantly switching it up. Sometimes I am on like an epic, twist. Sometimes I just want the epic. Sometimes I want the 4D. It's nice to have options. And you want to make sure that you are switching out your mascara every 3 months to make sure that you are minimizing any type of risk for eye infection, as well as your mascara will dry out, you all. So if you feel like you're not getting the same length and volume and just overall amazingness that maybe you were expecting, it's probably time to change it out. So again, that's the nice thing about the beauty box, is you get 20% back whenever you go online and restock on anything. Also, make sure you have a rewards link open, because then you can also earn credit when your link hits 200 points. You earn $20 Younique cash that you can use towards future orders. So that's handy as well. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of this now along the lower lash line, just dust that on and call it done. So there you have it. If you have any questions about this tutorial, about these products, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a great day.